By the way, a nice little feature that the new tablet has now is you can pretty much zoom in your airport, see which taxiway you're on and which one you need to take to get to your runway. So that's beautiful. The throttle so that we can taxi quickly to our runway. Engine sounds are beautiful. I guess we can take mic 1 here. Basically I'm taxiing at idle thrust here. I'm not even putting in full thrust. Oh, well, I'm not putting in anything is what I mean. Taxiing at idle thrust, which is wild. These engines are so strong. Oh my god. Okay, let's take mic 1 here and hold at the holding point and make sure that we have everything set up correctly for the takeoff. We may or may not do auto land. Let me see. We might just do auto land on this one. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how we are feeling. I'm not afraid of messing up the landing really, because I just wanted to get this video out. It's fun watching these kind of videos when you have your dinner ready, popcorn is going, and some coffee. I do that all the time. Right, parking brakes are set. Let's go through things real quick here. Runway turn-off switches, we don't need them. Landing light switches can come on at this point. Strobe light switch can come on. Where's the strobe light switch here? There we go. Strobe light switch is on. Landing light switch is on. Cabin is ready. We'll assume that we've called in and told them that we are going to take off. Let's make sure that our weather information is current 29083. That is good as well. WXR weather radar is on in case something shows up. Very clear weather today, so nothing is going to show up really. Before takeoff checklist is also complete, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get going. So I'm gonna get the parking brakes out, reset our view, and get out of here. Let's put in some thrust and get back to idle. Let's see if I can align it perfectly to the center line this time. I'm getting a little bit of a performance drop, but that's fine. It's SFO. Now I believe that screw, that little screw on the EFIS is our toga button. That's what it is in the 737 at least. See if I can align this thing to the center line, because I know you have to turn really wide on this one just because it's so long. There we go. Slow turn. And I probably am either going to overturn or, yeah, I overturned it. Maybe not. Very close. Very close. Overturned it just a little bit. Okay, I think we are ready to go, so let's check our wing views real quick. Make sure they're looking good. There we go. Alright, I'm excited for this flight. Let's go. That is Toga. Airspeed is alive. Pretty much no winds. V1 and rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Just following the flight directors. I'm thinking of just flying manually for just a little bit. Still look at the wing views. Beautiful. This thing flies like a dream. I can feel the weight. I can definitely feel that weight in the airplane. Amazing. Right, let's go flaps up. Definitely feel that weight in the airplane. And we can go flaps 0. At this point I can just enable autopilot because we really want to also admire how things look. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I also want to show you guys the auto cruise feature, so we will be using that as well. And after takeoff's checklist is already complete, so we will hit next on that, and before descent we'll go through the descent checklist. I think we can increase the range out here on this thing, on the navigation display. I am going on a vacation for July 4th, so yeah, I'm hoping you guys also have a great vacation if you're from United States. I know most of my viewers are from US, some of them from UK and some from India, I think. But yeah, if you guys are going for a vacation, you know, have a great time. Spend some time with your family and friends. You'll never get this time back. Do not work for sure. That's some amazing wing views right there. I think we should have crossed 10,000 feet, so we can turn the landing lights, taxi light off, and I'm gonna turn the storm light off as well. Don't need that anymore. And that's pretty much it. We have nice and clean air, not a single cloud in sight. But yeah, let me know if you found any bugs yet or anything that real 737 or 777 pilots think should not be the right behavior. Anything interesting that you found about this airplane? Because I have only flown this. This is actually my second flight, so I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna have a good landing or anything, but we will see. Okay, we are at 18,000 feet, so we can turn our altimeters to standard 29 and 902, and I will see you guys at cruise point now, because there's no point keeping you guys here while we are climbing. Alrighty guys, so we are here at cruising altitude of 39,000 feet, and I just wanted to get out of the aircraft and admire what I'm looking at here. Think about 10 years back when we used to flight sim on FSX. I think I had a nice little laptop that I used to flight sim on FSX with my Thrustmaster HOTAS X or whatever I had back then, and look at what we have come to right now. Let's just take a moment and admire all the hours and hours of coding, all the effort that goes into creating something like this, right? Look at how amazing and real this looks. And I can't wait for what's coming in Flight Sim 2024 and beyond. It's going to be exciting times. Anyway, we are already at our cruising altitude right now, so let's start doing stuff that we would normally start doing right around here. So I think the one thing that I wanted to show you guys was the auto cruise feature, but before that I want to make sure that we are completely set up for our approach. So I'm going to bring the tablet here so that I have all the charts. By the way, one thing that I did when you guys were not here was turn the seatbelt signs to auto, because there was no turbulence at all and everything was good. So I think that's turned off right now. Anyway, so let's start looking at what our approach is going to be like. So we're going to land on 16 right. Don't think it's showing up just yet here. But if we look at our departure, well, if you look at our legs page, we're going to land at 16 right. And our last waypoint is Bugni. So we are going to intercept this localizer at Bugni, where we need to be at 3,200 feet or above, which is correct here. What I'm going to do is change. This is how I usually do it, and you can do it in a different way. So I change it to plan mode and then go to somewhere around maybe 20 miles so that I'm able to see the rough flight path that I'm going to follow, right? And then I would see, okay, what's my last waypoint here? My last waypoint is BASHN. Okay, which is right here, and then I'm going straight, and then I would be vectored into Bugni. So what I can pretty much do is copy Bugni and paste it on vectors and then hit execute. So now what will happen is we'll reach Victor Alpha Sierra and then take a nice right turn into the runway. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. And we need to intercept at somewhere, I would say, in fact, I would actually want to add a waypoint. You know what, it's fine. Pinka needs to be at 1900, which we have set it up here, so that's fine. So now our VNAV profile should take care of everything for us. So there's no vectors in between on the route, so it should take care of everything for us. Localizer frequency is 110.75. That should be automatically tuned for us if I'm not wrong, because on this 777 everything is pretty much automated. Yeah, so that should be automated. Now the next thing we need to do is set up our minimums. So you can see that for we're going to at least let's try to do a manual after maybe 200 feet AGL or something. So 200 feet AGL is our minimum here, so that's what we're going to set up, and that's radio, and we'll set up that 200 feet, so that's good. So it's 200 feet height and 615 altitude. Height is AGL and 615 on altitude. Our airport elevation is 432, which will be automatically set. We don't need to do that here. Let's go back to the map page. Seeing some turbulence, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it for our approach side of things. Now I can show you guys how to use the auto cruise feature. So you can either go to the auto cruise feature from here on the tablet. I don't like this menu quite a bit because I don't know if it's off or on, so I ignore that, and I would go to menu, FS actions, my bad, yeah, menu, FS actions, and auto cruise. Now I've set up my compression for up to 4x, so it is going to go up to 4x but not beyond 4x. Now 2x I think all of you guys can manage, 4x is fine as well, but 8x is when you start seeing issues, stutters and whatnot, or you can straight up have your sim completely crash on you because you just not have enough bandwidth to handle that kind of fast simulation, right? In the easiest way possible. You do not have the hardware that's capable of going 8x. Most of you won't. I've tried going 8x and it works, but I'm going to stick to 4x because you never know. Like, I'm doing this video and the flight might crash and I'll be really annoyed. Nobody's going to like it. So the only thing you need to really do here is turn on the auto time compression, and it will detect that we are in cruise and it will automatically start compressing time for us, which you'll see right here. And it will push the time compression up to 4x, and then when it is intercepting a waypoint or something, it is going to slow it down again to 1x, intercept that waypoint nicely, make sure everything is stable, and then go up to 4x again. So that's how it manages it. Very smart, very smart way to implement auto time compression, especially on these kind of long haul aircrafts. It is definitely a requirement. Look at that, that looks amazing. Anyway, enough admiring scenery, and let's try to enable auto time compression. See how it works. There we go. So it has increased our sim rate to 4x now. You'll see the time is ticking up extremely quickly, right? And I would want to pause at top of descent, so I'm going to make that a yes. I think 4x is just good enough, and it will pause our sim at top of descent so that we don't completely miss it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you use time compression. You don't need to do anything at all. Make sure that you've at least set up your cap so that it doesn't go beyond that cap. And you can set up that cap in this menu right here. Max time compression, you can set that up to 4x. I would advise using 8x only if you have a very strong system. Otherwise 4x is going to work fine. That's it for auto time compression. Now I'm going to see you guys maybe right before the top of descent.